probably up already. Is up. God is good.
Yes, sir.
We here.
We out here.
And listen. Welcome to Conversations with Malik podcast. Coming to you from Long Island, New York.
That's right.
I'm glad to have you and thank you all who are listening and watching this show. This podcast is about the stories of transformation of regular people during the basic struggle and pain of life.
That's right.
Everyone has a testimony. We all have survived the darkness. Now let's talk about how we got to the light so we can help our brothers and sisters who still haven't overcome their demons. But guess what?
Talk to me, my brother.
We all have devils on different levels. So through conversations, we use the tools of insight to light the path for hope.
That's right.
Let's have a chat and stop running from our issues. If we live through it, then talking about it probably won't kill us. That's what we're doing. Talking, crying, laughing, joking, looking inward so we can grow outward is the theme of the show.
That's right.
The caterpillar transforming into the butterfly is the goal and purpose of this podcast. When you talk about you, I learn about me. Iron sharp as iron.
Steel sharp as steel.
So we can cut through the fog of despair into the hope of today. Welcome to Conversations with Malik, featuring Jeff Joes.
Yes, sir.
And listen, man, please don't forget to follow us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com.
Instagram, Conduct Malik.
Yeah, we there. Check out our Facebook page. The YouTube
channel is
we're
buzzing.
just getting that up.
We on Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean.
Oh yeah, well we podcast this first, and then those other streams. Please follow us on it. Like us, subscribe,
Share us.
share. If it's YouTube, hit the little bell.
That's it. We ain't hard to find.
You're not hard to find it. Listen, right now I'm excited. I'm here with somebody that I've known basically all my life.
Legendary.
Legendary-Mikey D.
What's going on?
And,
Let's get it.
and listen, I can actually say that there's very few people who have influenced my life and had an impact on me more than this brother right here.
That's right.
And so I'm honored to have you on the show, but I'm honored to know you as a friend. You're one of the best people that I've ever known.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time around you. You've always been good to me. I used to walk with Mikey for hours. And listen to him rhyme.
No doubt.
Yo, and you know what's so funny?
That's crazy.
You know
Right?
what's funny? You know what's so funny? And I want to mention this, right?
For hours.
What's real funny about it is that people do this. A lot of people want to be on the spotlight and want to rap, but there are certain people that don't understand how it's important to be consistent.
Right.
And one thing I can tell you about Mike, for years, this brother, from the ups and downs, he was consistent.
Yeah.
Constantly consistent.
Yeah.
He tried to go after the legends. He didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're going to get into that in the story, too.
Yeah.
We're going to ask him why he selected this person to go after. Because it's like, sometimes people do things for gimmicks to get far.
Right.
But this was organic for Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he had the power punch. He made it happen. He walked the walk. He talked the talk. This is hip hop right here.
Most definitely.
This is hip hop.
You know it.
Mikey, first of all, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, man. Honored to be here. Come on, man. I'm with you, Malik.
Yo, I'm listen. You know what? And it's funny. Yo, Mikey, man, seriously, like, I'm interviewing you. Right? And like, so this is like really surreal for me right now because, like, I have you on my show, and first of all, there was a period of time, and I think I can speak for all of us from the Queens area, especially from our side.
Right.
You saw how I just called Ja on the phone, and how Ja was just
You saw how I just walked in, my brother.
Spitting
That was crazy.
I walked in line for line.
Facts.
You know?
I used to argue with guys from other boroughs about how I thought Mikey was better than. I would be like, yo, Mikey's better than Rakim. I mean, seriously, I would be like, yo, everybody they named, I would be like, yo, if he battled them in a park, he would eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's bad.
I believe that too. That's bad. That was my thing. It was a difference from the Parks and Records, man.
It was a difference from the Parks and Records,
absolutely.
But our era was more about battling.
Yeah, definitely. It was the competitiveness. It was with me, I had that eye of the tiger, and that's all I ever wanted. I just wanted to be the dopest rapper around the way. But then I got tired of being around the way, and I started venturing out and, just calling cats out to see what would happen.
Right.
And, after my first taste of blood in 231, I was like a pit bull, man. I couldn't stop. I just wanted to battle everybody, man. But, it was the competitiveness back then. And it was fun. Yeah. It wasn't beef or none of that. It was just fun. Yeah. Everybody comparing notes,
Did you ever think, Mike, that it would get to a point where people would lose their lives over this thing here?
Not then. I didn't think it would.
I'm talking about lose their lives because it was all on microphone and records back then.
Yeah.
We weren't killing each other,
Right.
To see that you lived a life where it all started on wax.
Right.
We didn't want to go out and kill each other for this.
Nah.
Did you ever think it would get to that point where lives would have been taken because of hip hop?
No. Not when I was doing it. I didn't think it would go that far. I mean, once people started clicking up and the entourages started becoming bigger and bigger and people repping where they're from and, it was just a whole different thing. Because like I said, when I was battling cats, we was just comparing notes, basically.
Right.
We was battling, we was snapping and all of that, but it was nothing like, me and you battling and my man punches your man in the face. And
right.
It was never that.
Right,
it was just a competition, friendly competition, you know what I mean? But they just took it to a whole nother level, man.
I think that was the drug. I think that was also the drug game that kind of came in. Because there was a time where, all right, park jams, there would be fights at park jams, but it wasn't shooting. And then when crack cocaine came on the scene, now you had drug crews meeting up at the jams and getting into things over blocks.
Right.
And then they had weapons and they would start shooting.
And it just so happened to be
at a park jam.
Right.
Right? And, DeWitt and them and JT and they used to do the announcements. Yo, y'all, if y'all start shooting, if you don't clean up behind yourself, pick up your 40, throw your stuff. We got garbages. They used to give these announcements about how they needed. Johnny Quest would come on and be like, yo, y'all, make sure you throw your stuff in the garbage else they're going to stop us from having these things. Yeah. Oh, my God. They're going to stop us from having these things. And then, sure enough, brothers didn't listen, and what happened, man?
Started shutting it down.
They started shutting it down.
You couldn't get the permits. Scared of what was going to happen. Even now, you could go to a park jam and you see thousands of police, hundreds of police, I should say. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And it got to be during the day, and then they shut it down within hours.
It's not the same.
But that came from our generation. We're at fault. Not us personally, because I never shot at a jam, but our generation, man.
And this is probably one of the reasons why the type of security now, even with these concerts, they make sure that security is really tight.
Oh, especially after. Right, good point. You remember what, the Puff thing, especially
after that.
What was that? City College. And the people got trampled or something like that. Right. And a couple people died. After that, that was a wrap, man.
They started really cracking down.
They started cracking down.
Yeah.
But you being so like, okay, so let's take it back.
Yeah, let's go.
How back far? How far back?
Let's go.
Wherever you want to go, let's go.
Then we're going to work our way up.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because we're going to get to the meat and potatoes.
Let's get it.
Now, Laurelton, Queens.
Yes.
You found, what was your first introduction to hip hop and how did you fall in love with hip hop?
My first introduction to hip hop, Laurelton, Queens, 22005. my man D Money, Derek, his grandmother lived right next door to my grandmother. And Derek had an older brother. His name is Mike Action, right? So Mike Action was old enough to go to Harlem World and all of that stuff before Derek could go because he was too young. I definitely was too young, and I was in Queens.
Right.
You know, they was from Harlem. So anyway, Mike Action used to get all of the tapes of the jams that was going on up there. We didn't know, on our block, and around my group of friends, we didn't know what was going on in Harlem.
Right.
Hip-hop wasn't on the radio yet. You know what I mean? So
we talking what year, like?
We talking, man, maybe 79, 80.
Okay.
It wasn't on the radio yet.
Okay.
But the cats uptown had the cassettes.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when Derek, one year, he came down for the summer next door to my grandmother at his grandmother's house.
Right.
He had the box, and he had a bunch of his brother's tapes. He kidnapped Mike Action's tapes. So it was myself, my man Boo, my man David Moore, and Derek, which is D Money.
Right.
He started playing the tapes, man. First tape he played, I think, was Kumo D versus Busy B.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They used to battle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was the first time I got a piece of hip hop. I was like,
Also, your first piece of hip hop was battle.
It was Busy B versus Mo D. Mo D versus Busy B. So I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? So we listening to that and laughing, and I was like, that's dope. And then he played another cassette that had the Cold Crush Brothers on it. And all I remember was Grandmaster Caz. 2 rhymes stuck out. It was one, he had this rhyme about a girl named Yvette. 2, there was a heckler in the crowd, and he went off rhyming on the heckler.
Do you remember it?
I remember all of it very well.
Spit part of it.
Well, Grandmaster Caz's Yvette, the rhyme about the girl, he said, it was a long time ago, and I'ma never forget. I got caught in the bed with the girl named Yvette. I was scared like hell, but I got away. That's why I'm here talking to y'all today. I was out in front of school sniffing up some rocks. It was a whole crowd of people listening to my box. It was me, the L, the A, and the all, and then I slipped away, and I made a phone call to this very day. It was a move I regret, but I didn't know it then, so I called Yvette. I said, hello, pretty lady, it's your lover, man. She said, baby, come on over as fast as you can. I said, I can't come now. Somebody's coming to get me. She said, I'm all alone and nobody's with me. I thought for a second, oh shit, she's alone. I was knocking at her door before she hung up the phone. We went into her room and we got high, but she couldn't keep her hand from off my fly. I said, yo, lock the door. I went to check it, came back in the room. Yvette was naked. That was my cue to do the do. I took my clothes off and started on the brew. I was scared, tearing it up. And about 2:45, she said, Cass, somebody's coming. I said, yeah, me. The door busted open. And there was, he said, the door busted open, and there was the folks. I said, damn, they could have waited till I finished my strokes. Her mother was in shock. Her father reached on the shelf, pulled down the 45. I almost shit on myself. I pleaded my case and said, believe me, friend, you'll never see me round your daughter again. Don't ask me why, but he let me leave. I ran 28 blocks before I stopped to breathe. I gave thanks to God. He wasn't too upset. Went home and thought about poor Yvette. He must have beat her ass with everything, I assume, because I could hear the girl screaming all the way in my room. Although I don't see Yvette no more, I know she ain't as fine as she was before.
And back then, as you can see, how the bars were so long, they barely had hooks back then.
Yo, that rhyme, when I heard that and we kept rewinding it, when I went home that night, I wrote my first rhyme, and my first rhyme was Kim, and it was like Yvette, and it was about a girl named Kim. I made it up, and the next day I came back and I told D Money and them to rhyme, and it was like, oh! But Grandmaster Caz was the reason I started rapping, and thanks to D Money for introducing us to hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So off to the races.
Crazy.
After that. That's
okay, so when you get that response of I remember Kobe was talking about the first time he won a game. He hit the buzzer beater, and he was talking about he was at a tournament, and the guy on the team had the ball, but he passed it. The guy was better than him. He thought he was going to take the shot. He passed it to him, and then when he went to go and he hit it, and went in, and the response he got from the crowd, he wanted more of it.
Yeah.
So the response you got from them, was that the, oh shoot, this is the response I get from rhyming?
You know, I knew I had it. When I knew I had it, when I wrote that rhyme, the first person that I said that rhyme to was my grandmother, Nana. And she was like, I was up there the whole time trying to write this rhyme. And I forgot what beat I was, it might have been To Be Real. Cheryl Lynn, right?
I think that was real popular back then.
Yeah, and she threw my mother threw a biscuit and knocked me out or whatever. But I formulated the rhyme just like Yvette. But these were my words. You know what I'm saying? And about Kim, but I formulated like that. I didn't use his words. I used the same pattern that he used to tell the story. It was like a long essay, rhyme. Beginning, the body, and the end. Yeah. So my grandmother was like, "What are you up here doing? Like, what is that? What are you doing?" And I said, "Listen, Nana, this is rapping. You know, this is rapping.
Right.
I just wrote it
And at that time, it's new to everybody.
Everybody, nobody knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rap is really new. Yeah.
And I said the rhyme to her, and she liked it. She was like, "That's good." Because I'm young, I wasn't cursing yet in my rhymes and all of that. Yeah. She never knew, and I was always good with like writing. I could write a nice story. I used to want to be an artist before, like drawing. I was nice at that too, but I could write stories. You know what I'm saying? But after I heard that Yvette, man, it just took me to a whole nother level. And every, you know, all of the brothers outside on the steps was vibing off the Kaz and all of that. So yeah, I wanted that response too, you know what I mean? And when Nana said she liked it, I was like, I couldn't wait to let D Money in them hear it.
And then when they heard it.
It was too late for me to go outside and knock on his door because I was young. And see, at this time, me and D Money, we didn't do our Dixie cups with the strings yet, because we used to do that too. But so we didn't have that set up. But anyway, so the next day, man, went out there and we threw on the To Be Real, and I said the rhyme to them, and they was like, "Yo, that's dope," you know, and it was crazy. After that, we started a group. Because like I said, David Moore was out there.
Right.
So we used to record cassette tapes in David Moore's sun porch.
Okay.
Derek's big brother, Mike Action, and my man Boo, his brother Oliver, they had a group called The Terrible Two. They were two DJs, and they had it set up in Boo's basement, which was right across the street as well. Okay. So we was like, "Yo, we're gonna get down with Terrible Two and crew." Gotcha. So those two were the Terrible Two. Me, Boo, and Derek, we was the crew, right? So now this is how the Mikey D came around, because at first my name was gonna be Mikey Mike, but you remember back in the days when everybody wore the sweatsuits and went up on the ad and got like the velour letters put on it, and the letters was like 75 cents a piece. Well, I ain't have enough for Mikey Mike, so I had to shorten it like by 3 letters.
And that's how it.
So mine, I said, well, let's just do Mikey D, and I didn't even think of, because everybody was Cool D or Slick C or you know, it was like that. So I just said, "Yo, just do Mikey D." I didn't think my last name was Deering. You know, I didn't think none of that, right? And we even had our signs on.
It was on the side of the.
And now I'm a Sagittarius, and I think that's what took up most of my money for the Mikey Mike. And they even spelled Sagittarius wrong, because yo, D Money and Boo to tell you, they spelled my sign Sagittarius. They was like, yo, you couldn't afford the eye either? And I'm like, yo, man.
And nobody never knew. It just was organic.
They know. So that's how the Mikey D came about,
That's how
man.
Mikey D.
So you just got, at that point, you just was stuck. You just felt like this is the name.
This is
you
it.
don't know about it. This is it.
This is it, man. This is it. And then Derek, which is D Money, he got this foam, the foam hoods. Remember the foam hoodies?
The foam hoodies. Zip up, yeah.
And I think he might have got Ever Loving Kid Ice on his joint. Like he just switched it up on us. And we was like, yo, hold up, man, that's kind of fly. And then the next thing I know, Boo, he got a red one that said Lovable Little B. I was like, oh no.
So what was the name of the group? What y'all called the group?
Well, we was Terrible 2 and Crew first. We was the Crew.
So Terrible 2 and the Crew.
Yeah, but then after that, everybody got fly with the Ever Loving, and Boo did the Lovable Little B. I was like, yo, forget that. I'm Playboy Mikey D.
Yeah.
So this is where it all started.
That's where the Playboy came into place. So us three, we was like, yeah. We ill. So we left Terrible 2 and Crew. We let them do their thing, and we became the Grandmaster 3.
Grandmaster 3.
The Grandmaster 3. And we used to write routines. All of the routines that we wrote, we emulated the Force MCs at the time. Before they became the Force MCs, they used to take the commercials and harmonize them.
Right.
So I used to write routines to like the Brady Bunch. I wrote this joint for us called the 5 Senses of the Body. You can see, hear, smell, touch, and smell, and all of that. So we used to do all of that crazy stuff. And we used to write, we used to make our cassette tapes in my man David Moore's crib. And it was just crazy. Grandmaster 3.
Because a lot of those artists back then, they emphasized a lot on routines.
Yeah, that's what it was. When you had more than one rapper. Yeah, nobody was going. We wasn't competing against each other. We was riding with each other. So we would do routines, and it would be dope. You say this, I say that.
The Sugar Hill Gang, it was like more like routines.
Yeah,
back then.
it was routines.
You know, when they on stage, they know when to say what to say. It's like that's how they created the whole pattern of the song. And they practiced.
They worked on their craft. You want to know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because
of the names.
I'm laughing. I'm also laughing because I'm thinking from a young kid's perspective because I'm always around young kids, right? And how different it is hip hop now from then. I understand things change, and I never want to be the kids keep me young, so I don't want to be the grouchy old person that ours was better than what they're doing. Everybody thinks their generation is better than the last year. I don't want to be that person, right? Because I think these kids are talented and they're special and they're, but I'm thinking about how they don't do none of this stuff.
And the thing about it, you know what?
I don't even think they put this effort into their. Some of them put this effort into their craft.
That's a good point. And a lot of them, some of them do, understand where it all started.
Yes, because they got fathers and uncles.
They got fathers and uncles.
Yeah.
So they do know where it all started.
Yes.
As far as you, Mike, like when y'all was doing that, did you ever think that this would be the true definition of hip hop at some point?
Nah,
y'all were just doing it,
I was just doing it. I did it because I loved it. D Money, if he was here right now, he could tell you how I took it and ran with it, and I cherished it because back then hip hop gave me an identity. I knew what I wanted to do once I heard it, and I wrote that first rhyme, and Nana had my back. Like she didn't even know nothing about hip hop, and she loved it. And my boys just like, yo, you hell with it, and I just kept doing it. And
first time you rhymed at a party.
Yeah.
And you got the reception.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was incredible. I thought I was Mikey D. Jackson. Heard up. I think I wrote around.
Was that the Laurelton thing I was talking about?
Yo, actually, my first joint was in Laurelton because
was it at the church?
At the church.
You remember the church jams? You used to tear the church down.
Yeah, not
the church jam.
My first, before we did the church jam,
136 in Springfield.
Yeah,
I remember. Them used to be some hard parties.
My first joint was a house party at Nicole King's house she might have been on 221st and 135th Avenue. And, you know, this is back in the days when you go into the basement and, you know, either the parents had gone away or the parents were chaperoning. There was one or the other, or you had the big sister at the door collecting that $2.
That $2 to get in.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was hot and sticky. And guys was grinding on the wall.
They was grinding, they turned the lights off and talk about last
and
jam.
throwing those red lights and shit.
They had the velvet paintings. With
and everybody's basement had the wood panel on the walls and shit.
Facts. So one of those was the first time that I rocked for a crowd. And the microphone was about this big. It was like pieced together with the wires.
Yeah.
Remember?
You had to hold it a certain way.
You had to cuff the mics. You had to cuff them. You know, you had to cuff them.
And you ripped.
And I rocked. You know, because I used to tell stories in my rhymes, and I also used to do parodies. Like if it was a hit record out, then I would flip the words into my version, but it would be the same. You know, pattern, you know.
And you was light-skinned, hazel eyes.
Yeah, with waves.
Remember,
I had the 360s.
With all the girls looking like a Puerto Rican John Travolta. And all the girls sweating them.
Facts.
And light-skin was out there.
And look, I was...
Light-skin was light-skin.
One thing I could say is, you know, I've heard about a lot of
Mikey's waves was spinning like...
I've heard about a lot of those stuff. And one thing I could say about Mike is he never was embarrassed. Because he was confident at that point.
Yeah.
You know, where others didn't feel like they had it.
Yeah, he had the confidence grew through in him. And so I remember your first connection was battle rap. You fell in love through him in the battle. And then but you I remember being at jams and finding out that Mikey D was gonna battle. And sometimes the battles came about because somebody would come over and be rhyming. And then people would put them, like maybe put him up to battle him because the person's there rhyming. And Mikey's like, nah, this is my house.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know why cats, like, I don't know why people thought that they could beat him in a rap, but I guess that's just what it was. But it's like Mikey, you're talking about MC move the crowd and mic control and all of the different things that MC, the word, you know, the acronym MC means. But it was like Mikey's timing, even if you thought he was in trouble in a battle where dude came off good and you was like, oh shit, man, this nigga nice. Oh shit. It's like Mikey knew, he seized the moment. It was more to it because he would pace back and forth.
Yeah,
like
hype myself up.
Yeah. And it was like he would shake a couple hands. We would all be standing around. And then it was like boom bash is there. Right? So now these motherfuckers coming in with muscles and veins and shit, knockout, you know, and all the motherfuckers, right? And then they start to boom, bash, boom, bash.
Yeah, that was the energy right there. They go to spinach.
Now we talking a lot of stuff. We talking, you know, LA Posse.
That's
Tommy Montana. You know, now the cars is out there. You know, the drug dealers on Merrick. But and it's like Mikey would come on when he knew all of that stuff was in place. Not that he needed that to do the battle, but it was like when, you know, the Lambo is out there, right? And Boom Bash is fully stocked.
Yeah.
He knew that timing was also impeccable and win the battle, right? When it's my time to come on. And it would be like that time, like 12 o'clock or whatever it was. That's everything crazy. Is in place. And I don't know if you was doing this, but I always watched you,
that's facts.
and I've always been a strategist.
You can feel the energy. You can feel it.
It's not. It's when you battle.
Yeah,
it's not always the right. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. You just like when they say that you have to choose your battles wisely. Timing is everything.
Because I would see people trying to egg you on, like, yo, get him. And you would be like,
you feel it. You feel when
you be like, yo, chill.
So let's talk about that, Mike. Like, at that point, was that when you formed LA Posse? Because I was living on Farmers back then. And that's when I got introduced to, well, it was Far Rockaway, then I moved into Farmers. And, you know, my brother used to be part of, you know, a group called TR Nation, and it was doing all the rapping and stuff like that. And I was just getting into it, messing around with cassettes and stuff. And that's when I ran across LA Posse, where I originally thought that was from
Los Angeles.
That's
what a lot of people thought.
So I'm like, who is this brother from Los Angeles that's talking all this trash about LL? Because at that time, I was like, when I was listening to it, I was like, he said, from that wall, forget the cookies, eat Mikey D cereal. So that's when I was like, this brother from LA is trying to diss. And first of all, he was hotter than LL, but he was unknown.
Yes.
So I stumbled across from hearing somebody saying, he's not from LA, he's from Laurelton.
Right, LA.
So how did that formulate, LA Posse?
What happened is originally, as Malik mentioned earlier, the Boom Bash used to be with me everywhere I went. So I was almost like the voice of Boom Bash when it came to the music and stuff like that. So Boom Bash had my back. Like Run DMC had the Hollis crew, I had Boom Bash. Yeah. So originally when Johnny Quest and myself met Paul C, and we met Paul C through Eddie OJ and Wilson. We always got to shout them brothers out because they played a major part in you know, coming up. But originally, we were supposed to be Boom Bash. That was going to be the name of the crew and the name of the clique. But our manager at the time didn't think it was a good idea to use that particular name because of certain things that were going on.
That was before Armstrong, or that was Armstrong.
This is when we landed our first deal with Public Records. We was with Reality Records first.
You was with
Reality. But I had Symbolic 3. I didn't go solo yet.
Right, that was with Sharon, Kwana, and Sean.
Exactly. So
hold on.
My sister was in that group.
That's why
so Lady Lux.
So that's what I wanted to talk about too. So LA Posse, you didn't formulate LA Posse yet. It was Boom Bash.
It was Boom Bash. That was going to be the name of the crew. I mean, we went through several different names, but when we got signed, Boom Bash, because we needed to have a name of a crew. Yeah. There's three of us, you know what I'm saying? It couldn't be Paul C, Mikey D, and Johnny Quest. They didn't want that. For some reason, they wanted my name to shine, like Mikey D and whatever. So
right.
I was gonna say, yo, Mikey D and Boom Bash, because that's the way it was.
That was
every
the crew.
time we went.
That was Laurelton.
If I was there, Boom Bash was
Boom
there.
Bash, man.
They had the crowd in check because it was like boom, and then on that side you get bash in the crowd.
And if you started some shit,
so
you would get your ass whipped in the middle.
Right. So because it was so real, quote unquote, because it was so real,
seen it.
They didn't think that it was a good business choice. They thought it was a liability to use.
Because they was mopping people.
Right.
So Boom Bash was knocking people out, man.
So the label basically didn't want
they
didn't want any liabilities.
Because of that element.
Okay.
So in that same time frame, brothers used to be like, yo, let's round up the posse, or let's go in the posse. Laurelton, LA is short for Laurelton. Everybody knew.
Everybody referred to it as LA. We didn't call it
Laurelton. You didn't say Laurelton, you said LA.
Back then people were really confused.
So when I said LA Posse, that was really Boom Bash. But, LA Posse for the record.
Right.
And that's how that came about.
So relativity No, not Relative.
Reality.
Reality.
Well, that was Sleeping Bag.
That was Sleeping
Bag. When I went solo, it was with Public Records after Reality. Right.
So he was with Mikey D, Symbolic 3.
Symbolic 3.
Well, they cut me out of that. It was Symbolic 3 and Dr. Shock.
And then it was Symbolic 3.
They just had me penning everything except for Lady Lux's rhymes because she wrote her own.
Yeah, because Sharon could flow.
Yeah, she could get busy.
Right. But then I traveled with them. First of all, I sat in on countless rehearsals.
Fast.
And they rehearsed.
A lot.
I mean, I used to fall asleep. Sometimes one of my other sisters would come and get me because I would be up at Sean's house, sleep. I just wanted to be around and doing it. They would be up at my house. Plenty of dinners. Miss Turner cooking dinners for my mother. Loved.
Yes.
My mother loved Mikey.
And they would constantly rehearse,
Constantly. We traveled everywhere. My mom made sure they had food and then this and then that. And they toured. They no, seriously, dog. Sharon used to be going weekends. They'd be going for the weekends all the time. They was in demand.
Yeah, we had a 280,000 records sold back then. Man, we was rocking stadiums. We was opening up for LL because LL was big at the time. You know, he was on Def Jam. Yeah. They was on the come up, so he had, you know.
And he did a lot. He did a lot to get himself to that point.
Yeah. So we
and they were a group.
Whoa.
You and LL was a group, right?
Well, we talked about it. We
discussed it.
We hung together a lot.
Yeah,
we were around each other all the time because, you know, I was kind of attracted to the way that he rhymed. It reminded me of me.
Yeah.
I didn't meet anybody else with the same growl, the same passion.
Yeah,
he had a lot of passion, man. And so when Elle and me first met, we were supposed to battle because, you know, cats, like you said, dudes, he went to Jackson, I went to Springfield.
Right.
So Cass was like, yo, Mikey D is the dopest in Springfield. Yo, man, Tom, Jay Ski.
Jay Ski?
That was his name then. Jay Ski is the hottest in Jackson.
I didn't know he was called Jay Ski.
Yeah, his name was Jay Ski.
Everybody was a Ski.
Yeah, he was Ski.
Everybody was a Ski back.
So I was M Ski.
Yeah, see,
M Ski.
T Ski.
Yo, but so we was.
I went to a jam in 40 Park and they stole my hat.
Oh man,
My counselor got it back.
On Springfield Boulevard, he was like, "Stick up, kid! Look what you done did." Took my leather hat, but left me with the leather bomber on you backwards, ass crook. Yeah, sure enough. I'm crossing Springfield Boulevard, right in front of the bank, in the middle of the divider.
Yeah.
Car pulls up. Homeboy jumped out. Said you be with Sharon and them, and I don't know who you talking about. I had a leather baseball cap on, a leather bomber with the fur around it.
Yeah. Ooh.
He pulled a joint, talk about stick up, kid. Look what you done did, and took the hat and not the coat.
Well, maybe you wasn't his size, but he just needed the hat.
Yeah.
Because cats was selective like that.
Yeah, but it was crazy. But now, besides that,
but I thought the reason why, because I used to see y'all rehearsing on the side of the building.
Yeah, we used to.
He performed, like we was talking, he performed at Rochdale Days.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
like the Rochdale Days.
That performed?
LL.
Because I know I've heard about
with the blue BVD. No, I think it was a red BVD, and the girls was like, he was like pulling up his shirt, like how he was. That's how he was.
Yeah,
because he was always a symbol. Back then.
Did he do I Need a Beat? Because we was trying.
Did I Need a Beat or I'm Dangerous? No, I think it was I Need a Beat. I think it was I Need a Beat.
But that was before the actual record came.
It was 2 weeks prior to the record coming out.
That's crazy. I heard him perform that,
what I'm
man.
saying is, L, look, I remember when me and him met, he wasn't no sex symbol. He was skinny, tall and skinny.
Yeah.
I remember when he started lifting weights because his grandmother sent him to Florida to stay with his aunt and them. He was being bad, and he used to call me Collect. They don't tell you this. He used to call my Nana house Collect. But Nana loved him, so she would accept the charges.
Wow.
And he told me, he said, "Yo, Mike, I'm working out." He was like, you know, Unc got a bench in the backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. Sure enough, and it was all to the racing. He never quit after that.
Wow.
But so like I said, his name was Jay Ski at the time. We were supposed to battle, but we just compared notes. We before we even went on, we compared notes, and this is what Flavor Flav at Roller Castle.
Oh, I remember
Roller Castle in Elmont.
man.
Yeah. So we compared notes and we became cool, you know what I'm saying? And he started coming around, and mind you, on the streets, I was already out there because I was with the Clientele Brothers then.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So you was actually,
my brain is like,
you was actually, Mike, way ahead of L at the time.
Yeah, I was already.
You was already.
he was more.
I was. You know what? See, this is what a lot of people don't understand. They always ask me, because me and L, of our relationship, they ask me why I'm not where he is. And see, I never got a chance to tell the reason. And it's simple as this. Because that was L's dream. Where he is where he always wanted to be when we were young. Where I was at the time when we met, that's all I wanted. I wanted to be the dopest MC in my hood. So I've exceeded my expectations already. I didn't want to be a multi-millionaire. I didn't want to be an actor. I didn't want to be a sex symbol. I wanted to be the dopest MC, and I wanted people to respect my name and just say I was dope. That's all I ever.
That's amazing you said that.
L wanted where he's at.
The law of, so the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
The law of attraction is you put out a frequency into the universe of what it is that you want. And if you put in the work, the universe will respond to you in that way. You'll get what you want.
Right.
So like for instance, and it doesn't matter whether you're good or bad. So like for instance, if a serial killer is on a boat and falls into the water and can't swim, the serial killer will drown. If a 5-year-old child that's never did anything to anybody falls into the water and can't swim, that 5-year-old child will drown. Why? Because there's laws that are set up that we can't breathe water. Right? If a serial killer waters a plant every day, the plant's going to grow. If a good person who have never done anything to anybody, that's a nun, waters a plant every day, the plant's going to grow, right? Because there's just universal laws. It's the same thing with success.
Right.
People talk to me sometimes like, yo man, why that dude, the good niggas never seem to make it, and dudes are a piece of shit they're ripping people off? No, because there's laws for success, right? There's a certain discipline, and the universe is gonna reward you. It doesn't judge character.
That's right. Yeah.
It rewards discipline. So you can sit back and be mad at Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is disciplined in his craft.
Right.
So the universe doesn't go, oh, you're bad, I'm not allowing you to be a billionaire. Same way, if you're a good person, if you follow certain disciplines, you get up in the morning, you run your business, you read what you gotta read, you do this, you make sure your employees, the law of success is you're gonna become a billionaire, whether you're good or bad. It doesn't judge character, but it's what you put out. So I'm telling you, that day on stage, right, at Rochdale, he was performing as if he was performing in front of a crowd at Madison Square Garden.
And he's always been.
That's how he was performing.
And you know what, Mike? You know what?
And so that's true. He always wanted to.
Always.
You get what I'm saying? You get what you want.
My thing is, Mike, you was way surpassed in terms of credibility back then.
Right.
When you was doing this, you was in Queens, people knew about you. You was way surpassed. I know what you mentioned. You did mention that this is what LL wanted, and you're absolutely right. How did that make you feel? Because I'm sure you get this question all the time, like, why aren't you where he's at? How does that make you feel, Mike?
Well, to be honest with you, when he first made it, I was proud. You know what I'm saying? But then, me being around the same people and around the same environment every day, when you're around a bunch of haters and they don't have the talent or the skills to touch another man, they're going to put a battery in the back of a person that can. So they figured because L and I were so close, and he went off and became successful, they made it seem like he left me there, which I already knew wasn't the truth, because when L first got his Def Jam contract, I was like the first person that he bought it to, and he told me we could be the next one DMC. It was my choice not to go with him.
Okay.
You feel me? Okay. So now he's blowing up, and there's similarities in our style. As I said, when we first met, I was attracted to the way he flowed because he had the same hunger, right? Mm-hmm. The same growl. Mm-hmm. Therefore, he reminded me of myself. He didn't bite anything from me. Mm-hmm. He reminded me of me. Right. So because I was already out there on a level in the streets, and I brought this new guy around that was as hot as me to me, mm-hmm. and he sounded like me, they assumed that he got that from me. It was me rubbing off onto him. So when he came out making records, even when I Need a Beat came out, there was so many people that used to say, yo, that's your new joint? You know what I'm saying? Until he said his name, because we sounded so much alike.
That is true.
There was some similarities.
Exactly. So
like the rhyme skills, totally different.
Right. But there were some, like, okay, he came out with Cool J cookies, and then I said, forget the cookies, eat Mikey D cereal. And that's because, once again, I had a battery put in my back, and I knew he didn't bite the rhyme from me. I had Mikey D cereal, I admit it. I said it in Park Jams. But when you get down with another person and y'all are, scheming on becoming a duo or rocking together, if I say something real hot, of course he's gonna make up something hot to match that. Right. And we're together, so it's dope if we come up with two dope lines.
Mm-hmm. Did that hurt? Did that hurt him when he heard that you said that?
What?
That rhyme
get the cookies, eat Mikey D cereal. Yes. I don't know. I really don't know, because at that time we weren't really talking.
Gotcha.
Because I was on that 40 run. I had a battery in my back, so it was like everybody was saying how dope L was, this, that, and the other. And my ignorant ass, I'm like, I can take him.
Because you sparked a lot of attention when you said that on that record.
Yeah, and
instant. Even you probably had attention at the time, but you sparked even more attention.
Yeah, right.
From different masses.
And it was a dope line.
I think that's because the streets knew about the Mikey D cereal, and like I had so many people in my ear about, yo, he took the cookies from you. Come on, he now
DJs literally was cutting that. Forget the cookies.
Forget
the cookies. They wanted people to hear that.
Yeah. Because that's what
fans of
yes, that's true. That's what brought hype to hip hop at the time.
Right.
And that's a good point. They were cutting that. But okay, before we get to the main stuff, so you went through some personal things in your life. You talked about the 40 run.
Yeah, man.
Honestly speaking, do you think the drinking was a big hamper and why you didn't become who you could have became?
Absolutely not. I gotta disagree.
Okay.
I used to blame it on the 40s, but now that I think about it as a man and a mature adult and I'm sober, that alcohol had absolutely nothing to do with why I didn't get there.
Okay.
First off, it was me. I didn't want to be up there like that. Okay. And second of all, if I tried to get there, I could have made it.
Right.
My problem was being loyal to the wrong people. That's where the problem was, because technically, me drinking 40s enhanced my skills.
You see what
I'm saying?
No, listen. I haven't drank in a long time, right?
Right.
Because, drinking and getting high and stuff held me back in areas of my life, right? Mm-hmm. And there's certain things that enhance things. I think, I have to be honest, I think it did make you a better rhymer.
Yeah.
What I also think happened though was, sometimes like fate and luck could be like things can fall one or two. And I think him getting with Def Jam, if he would have landed at any other label, hip hop wasn't ready for what he was coming with. What I Need Love, and all that stuff. He would have went if he didn't go to Def Jam, and if he wasn't from Queens and was around close to Russell and all of them. If he would have been from another borough and would have got in another situation, LL career would have been cut short, because what he wanted to rhyme about and do, that wasn't necessarily, and correct me if I'm wrong, that wasn't necessarily what hip hop was. Because let me tell you something, if Russell and them didn't have, when he like I Need Love and talking about women and the stuff about women, they uniquely pushed that in a way where if he didn't have the smart crew behind him, it could have went the other way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It could have went the other way.
Let me touch on that. When we were rolling together, we was always writing rhymes about ladies. All the time.
You talked about.
I was Playboy Mikey D.
Mikey D. Yeah.
So boom, mind you, L was J Ski. He changed his name to Cool J when I was around. And I suggested to him, you need something in front of that, something like Playboy, man. Because look, we have Ever Loving Kid Ice, Lovable Little B, Loverboy TC, Romantic Lover Snow, Playboy Mikey D, Cool J.
So you suggested
Romantic Lover Snow.
Romantic Lover Snow. You know what I'm talking about, man. Yo, so check it out.
Some of these names.
Yo, look.
That's dope shit.
Yo, look. Jay and me was walking.
I'm gonna get a shirt.
Jay and me was walking on Merrick Boulevard, and that's what I told him. I said, yo, you need something in front of that Cool J, man. I said, that's dope, but something like ladies love. You always talk about ladies loving you. You want the ladies to love you, and ladies love. LL. Wow. I just made a suggestion. I didn't tell him to do it.
Wow.
He let it. He ran with it, and he made it.
That's some history.
You know.
history. Yeah.
Word.
So then, okay. So let's go on. So now, Mean Source.
Yeah.
That was a. I personally thought when I heard that you was rolling with Mean Source, let me go grab the
K-Cut.
And we podcast, so I can leave the camera in.
Yeah.
Look.
Because people was a bit confused.
Absolutely.
You know,
Jeff, you see this shit?
We're gonna get into it.
Jeff.
People was. Yeah.
I don't think he understands.
Jeff, no, Mikey's about to explain. Mikey, explain to him this.
Look, did you see this?
Yeah.
This right here.
Jeff gonna go crazy.
The locks.
Did you know that was Jadakiss and Sheik's first record?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew?
You did know that? Oh, he's a hip hop.
I did know that. What I didn't know is, and we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna leave this.
How did Large Pro come in the mix? Because people are confused. People don't know. People think of Main Source as being K-Cut, Sir Scratch, Large Pro.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
People don't know that, well, the real people that understand hip-hop do understand where it all started.
Right.
You know, it all started with Mikey D. So now,
Main Source?
Explain to us.
It's kind of weird. It's like
weird.
a small circle.
Because I don't know if you ever spoke about this, but maybe you probably did. Explain to us, where did Large Pro come in to this?
Well, Main Source was the brothers' idea. K-Cut and Sir Scratch are brothers.
The brothers.
And their mother, Miss Sandra McKenzie, she was the manager, and I think she even started a label called Actual Records, because the management was Actual Management. And I think Large Professor and K-Cut might have went to school together or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now, at this particular time, I was already making records, you know, 80s.
Right.
I think they came out in maybe 92 or something
92.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, Paul, and Johnny Quest, we was rocking in, 86 to 89, But at that time, we were in the music building, actually, 1212. Right. Well, with Paul C, we started in his garage before 1212. But in 1212, that's where we were making all of our stuff. And word started getting out that Paul was a dope engineer. They didn't know he was a producer as well. Mm-hmm. And somehow K-Cut had gotten in touch with him, and I think they went to, I don't know if it was Watch Roger Do His Thing or early Main Source project, but I think Paul, you know, Paul C took a liking to a young Large Professor. Paul C became Large Professor's mentor. I remember being in the studios sometimes late night. I think we were working on the album prior to, you know, God bless Paul's, you know, passing.
Right.
Large Professor was a young dude in there, and we had questions to be like, yo, who's the little man with the glasses? You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
We just knew he was in the sessions. We didn't know Paul was training this dude how to work that SP12 or whatever the case may be. So, you know, Paul C died in 1989. So that kind of put a damper on everything with the LA Posse and stuff like that. Because Paul wasn't only a producer or an engineer, he was a part of our group.
Right.
So when that happened to him, you know, it just, I couldn't find nobody to get us that
Kind of
sound
set y'all back
and
a
stuff
little.
like that. Yeah, and I even bounced, man. I went to Florida for 2 years or whatever, man, because it was too much. You know what I'm saying? And
That was a critical time.
yeah, it was, you know, sleeping bag. They wound up letting us go and all of that because
By the way,
he was murdered in his house in his sleep.
because I don't know if anybody knew exactly how Paul C passed away.
Yeah, somebody murdered him, man. It was crazy. But so then 1992, Breaking Adams comes out, man, with that looking at the front door, which was the smash. You know, they killed it. And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yo, Money look mad familiar.
That's the dude from the studio.
And I'm like, oh.
So you had no idea that this was all formulated?
Nah, I didn't know. Because we was into our own thing. You know, we had 40s in the studio. We focused on our music. We getting free studio time inside the hours. We ain't got to pay. You know, so boom, you know, we was just focused on that music. And then when that came out, I was like, wow. So they had a nice run. You know what I'm saying? And then I came back from Florida. I used to hang with my man Mike Beasley. Mike Beasley, what was Melba Moore's ex-husband's name? Bo Huggins or Bo?
Melba Moore.
Yeah, she had a husband named Bo. I forget his last name, but they had a...
The singer Melba Moore.
The singer Melba Moore, yep. And her husband had Hush Productions in the city. It was a studio, it was a label, and all that. Positive K used to be there all the time. Anyway, Mike Beasley, his cousin was Bo, so he used to bring me up there.
Okay.
So I met Jeff Red there.
Jeff Red.
And Cats was banging on a piano. They had the grand piano downstairs. I'll never forget. They had the grand piano. And the lady was there, Michael Michelle. Is that her name? Michael Michelle. Actress. She was there. She was dealing with Bo, and Melba was the boss. They was banging on the grand piano, and I was rocking, freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Red was like, yo, you remember Jeff Red, right?
Jeff Red,
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, you dope, man, yo.
That's before he became president of, he was president of some label, was it Uptown or not?
Nah, you talking about Andre Harrell.
Jeff Red was he was an artist, and he also became a president of a label.
He did.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I didn't know that.
He did.
I gotta call Jeff, man. Maybe he
And Mikey was the nicest, one of the nicest at being able to hit the table and rhyme at the same time.
Yeah, man.
That was
With
unique.
a 40 ounce,
Prince
man.
I used to, Lionel used to do the same thing, man.
Yeah. So Jeff Red was like, yo.
Shout out to Prince I.
Facts, Lionel.
Yeah.
So he was like, I know a group, they need a rapper, they're already established. He was like, I'm not gonna tell you who they are, I'm just gonna give you this number and this address. Go see them tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is in Flushing, all right. Mike Beasley. Next day, we go, boom, get to the address. Call, yo, outside. Go up to the door, come to the door, boom, we go to the door. Search scratch. I'm like, damn, Money look familiar. I was like, he looked mad familiar. I think he was staying at Tandy Weems' house. But anyway, homeboy asked me to audition for him. You know what I mean? So I said a rhyme or whatever. I had a toothache too, I'll never forget. But anyway, I said the rhyme. He said, oh, yo, that's dope. I gotta call my brother. He's in Canada. So his name, once he said K-Cut, boom.
That's when it clicked to you.
I said, okay.
Wow.
So Scratch, K-Cut, main source. I didn't know
so
what happened.
The universe has a strange way of
Queens.
Yo, I didn't know.
And then he used to be
Right. I didn't know Large Professor left the group. I didn't know what that was about.
Gotcha.
All I know is this is main source. They already out there.
Gotcha.
This is it.
Gotcha.
This is it. So boom, I got down with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They had a deadline for a second album for Wild Pitch.
For Wild Pitch, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't have Large Professor no more. So like the pressure was on me now. So they brought me down to Canada for a couple of months to record this album. And I was taken completely out of my element. I was not feeling Canada. It was too friendly.
Yeah.
You know, you won't even let me out the house to buy no goddamn beers, man. And you want me to just sit here and write rhymes and search scratches over my shoulder the whole time. I'm like, nah, I can't.
That's not your thing.
So I wrote some songs and stuff, and we went and recorded them and sent them to Wild Pitch, and they was like, nah. That's not it. That's not it.
Yeah.
You know, get them home. Yeah. So they got me back home, and we went to I think it was Platinum Island Studios.
Gotcha.
And that's when the fire came back.
Yeah.
So we came out with the album. Fuck What You Think. Right. Now, the reason that title came about is because I knew for a fact that people were going to have something to say about me taking this spot. Well, not taking a spot, because I couldn't take a spot. It's two different caliber MCs. Large Pro was a songwriter. I'm a battle rapper.
Right.
Point blank period. You know what you signed me for.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think that these guys expected me to go at Large Professor's neck because they had bad blood between them. I knew nothing about it.
I didn't know that.
So my thing was, I'm not going at him because that's not my beef.
Yeah.
So because I knew that people were gonna have shit to say about, you know, where's Large Pro, blah blah. I was like, yo, fuck what they think. So that's why the album was called "Fuck What You Think." You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's how that came about.
Wow. Drop that hot song, man. And
What you need.
Yeah,
that took us a lot of places. Had a video. We did Soul Train. We hosted BET with that song. I was one of the first to rap live on BET before The Basement, before Tigger, before all of that. I was one of the first dudes to rap live on BET and edit my own rhymes.
Dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was an experience. And then I wound up leaving that group for some of the same reasons as Large Pro. It was like managerial issues and things just weren't, you know, it wasn't authentic, man. It wasn't real. It seemed fake to me. And I couldn't be around brothers that I didn't come up with and that, you know, you just putting me down with a crew to prove to somebody else.
It's like you patching something together.
Yeah. So I couldn't deal with that.
You can't patch hip hop together like that. It has to happen
organically.
Yeah, man. The pieces gotta fit, man. And so
Mike is history in doing what he did in the industry.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just felt out of place.
Yeah. So
my wife just reminded me with the song "What You Need Is the Source," Madonna, she also sampled the music, so I got a triple platinum plaque at home.
Really?
Yeah. She sampled it on her album Bedtime Stories. If you look up on YouTube, it's a song called Human Nature. So "What You Need Is the Source" is the actual sample that she used. Yeah, and
that's why we need our
She gave us
They complete us, man.
Yeah.
See, Mikey and I see why you married to him, brother.
Yeah.
See how they keep it, you know. Yeah.
Speaking of credits, Mike,
yes,
you did a lot in your journey in the music industry, and I know at the time that was not something that people really thought about. You know, getting credit on stuff, publishing and stuff. Because I came from that world of music publishing because I worked at ASCAP, EMI. You know, my specialty was music publishing and royalties. Let's talk about that, Mike. At what point that was something that you wanted to focus on and getting credit for your craft?
Actually, really never, because I you know, when I started doing it, I did it because it was fun. like I said, it made hip hop. I was raised on hip hop basically because I started young, and it made me who I am. So I really never thought about the business aspect of things. I just did it for the love, out of the love. You know what I mean? I might not be rich by it. I mean, rich from it, but I'm blessed by it. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I didn't even know about writers' royalties until somebody was telling me that I was getting robbed by Arthur Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the
Arthur Armstrong.
I'm looking. Arthur Armstrong was our manager at the time.
Actually, my sister's manager too.
Yeah.
Was he from also Laurelton?
Nah,
I heard the name.
He's from the Bronx.
Yeah,
Arthur Armstrong is an older gentleman.
Older gentleman.
You know, he's older now.
So he managed you as a solo artist or as a group?
He managed us as a group.
As a
because I'm gonna tell you, let me break that down too, because Sharon and them bum rush my deal.
Okay.
So this is what happened.
Sharon!
This is what happened. Me and Lionel went to the Crush Groove audition.
Okay.
And we were, during break, I was freestyling my ass off, and Lionel was beatboxing. We met Dr. Shock there. Dr. Shock wound up being the DJ for Symbolic 3.
Yes, he did.
Dr. Shock was the connect to Arthur Armstrong because he took my information and said, I got somebody that he could get you on, he could get you put on. You know, like Arthur Armstrong. I said, word. So we set up this meeting. Now, Symbolic 3, they was rocking with me. They were the Symbolic 4 at the time because Marlene was down with them.
Oh, wow.
Marlene was Miss Mean Marlene, remember?
Oh, yes.
So,
I
got this meeting with Arthur Armstrong set up for me and Lionel. Lionel's big mouth, I think he told somebody else in the group.
At the time, you knew his backing. You knew Arthur Armstrong's backing.
No, I didn't. I had no idea. I never had experience with somebody that could take me to the next level. Okay. You know, I really didn't care for it, but I was like, what the hell? Let's see where this could take us. So we met at my crib in Laurelton. You know, my grandpops was there, my nana was there, Arthur Armstrong came over, I swear. 10 minutes into the meeting, Kawana, Barbara Sims, all of them came barging into the crib like, how you gonna have a meeting without us? And Arthur Armstrong is like, who are these young ladies? Then
and Kawana punched in the face.
Yeah.
I seen Kawana beat up guys.
Yeah.
So they was part of Mikey D's.
Yeah, it was
Kawana was a butch.
It was all
she
part
was
of
one
you
of
at
the
the time.
original
It was like
butches.
Mikey D and the symbolic 4 or whatever.
Mike, like Kawana was one of the original butchers.
Yeah. Oh, nah.
But you was just a meeting to see.
I ain't gonna say.
This was just a meeting to see where it was gonna go.
Yeah, he was interested in managing me because Shock told him what he heard. You know what I'm saying? He told him what he heard. Actually, I gave Shock a cassette tape, and he gave Arthur Armstrong the cassette tape. And then that was that. But they barged into the crib, bum rushed the damn meeting.
Damn Shock.
And then they got down because Arthur Armstrong was dealing with Jerry Bloodrock, who ran Reality Records, who had Dougie Fresh on the same label, and they thought the cassette that I gave them had Your Drawers. Remember I did that rhyme?
Yes.
It was a parody off of It's Yours.
Yeah.
And then I also had a joint on there called Big Head. A big head off of Big Mouth. So they liked the way that I did the parodies, and they thought it would be dope for a female or some females to answer the show and put it out on the same record. And we met Salt and Pepper when they were Super Nature. They were Super Nature, and we met them at the same time.
Because they answered back to the show.
Right. They had their record come out, and Symbolic 3 had theirs come out.
Yep.
But I think they got with the right people.
They got with the right. And that's the
we
difference.
moved around.
That's the difference. It's like splitting hairs. You know what I mean? And I know we got to wrap it up because you got a thing to go to. But
we got to do part 2 of this.
We got to
do.
Yeah, because that's like the splitting of hairs because same type of record. It's just one was with a group that made it happen, but it was with a team that made it happen. And my sister and them, Symbolic 3, and Record Date made, This and Dougie Fresh. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Just the splitting of hairs. It could have went either way.
Well, there's a lot. One thing about Mike, man, like I said, we talk about it, consistency a lot. Mike has always been consistent, and everybody gives it to Mike for being consistent.
And being one of the nicest. I mean, listen. You talk to anybody, man, and you say Mikey D, and they be like, that nigga nice, kid. Like, I mean, because I remember he even won the
new music seminar battle.
Yeah,
that's
you had the belt and shit, man. Yeah,
World
man.
Supremacy.
Yeah.
88.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Yeah, and listen, and listen, like I said, man, we gonna wrap this up. We're gonna talk a little about what you're doing now, and then we're gonna have to, a couple months with us warming up. You're gonna have to come back. Maybe we sit in the back by the pool. And talk and just talk. We can just talk. We can just talk again about, about hip hop in general, and then add in some more of his story, and then talk about some. And then when we get some people on. Because we got some legendary people lined up to come on the show, and we've interviewed some legendary people. We can bring you back so you can be part of the interview. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I don't even want to mention names, but it's a couple people that's been pitched our way that might be on the show. Right. And it would be dope if he could be a co-host in on the show with them. You get what I'm saying? So we'll hook it up. So look, what do you have coming up? What are you doing? Because then he sends me, we texting back and forth, and he just sends me some shit, and I listen to it like 10 times. I'm like, I still like Mikey D rapping, man. Yeah. He texts me some new music.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the social media that he's posting too. I see that you're working with, and I'm trying to get these brothers. Actually, I want to get ready to talk to one of them from. You wear the shirt a lot. I love. Well, I'm from.
Oh,
Queens.
I run Queens.
Queens.
That's my people's. Beyond.
Beyond. I reached out to him. I'm waiting for him to reach back because we want to see what his story is and things.
Oh, facts. We can call him right after we finish.
But I know you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot with that. I saw a lot of stuff that you've been promoting and posting on the IG. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, man. Well, right now what we're focusing on is DJ Mercury and myself. We're focused on Deep in the Trenches, hip hop, underground hip hop explosion. So basically, what it is we throw these showcases for underground artists, even artists that are established already that didn't get to that mainstream. Great idea. But we got a platform for them. We throw these showcases. And we let them get busy. And me, I'm the host. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Plus, in between sets, I do a little something. Oh. And it's just.
I mean, you gotta let me know.
A whole lot of fun. Yeah, Deep in the Trenches, underground hip hop explosion. So far, we had 2 successful joints. We had one in Albany. We had the second one in Vermont, which was a huge success. And we're going back to Albany on April 13th.
I'll be there.
And we even, I think, Peso.
I get to see you, Ron.
Yeah. Peso from the Fearless 4 rocks with us too.
Peso. Okay.
Peso is, I believe that he's getting ready to get us to Jam Master J's studio. They got a spot there where we're gonna do an underground hip hop.
Oh, nice.
And so besides that, we're gonna work on a Deep in the Trenches mixtape. So a lot of these guys that we rocking with and who's rocking with us, we're gonna put the mixtape out, and Mercury and myself is gonna work on the Deep in the Trenches album. So I'm gonna be doing my thing. I don't really need a whole bunch of features,
of course,
but we're gonna have 1 or 2 of the artists that we rock with from Deep in the Trenches on the album.
Great
as well.
Idea.
Yeah. And hopefully, if it builds more momentum, we could get a nice little van and then a tour bus. Maybe even a yellow bus. Yo, we can take the show on the road, man. Yeah. I told my wife, I said, I'm looking for the yellow school bus.
My neighbors ain't having me parking over here. Yeah. But when I was in Laurelton, I could park, But yeah, man, that's dope, man. And listen, please, keep us informed.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
I need an excuse to go somewhere, and I love going somewhere.
That's a fact.
I'll be a fan of yours to the day I die.
Mike, you got a fan here, brother.
Oh, man.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you, when he texts me the thing, I listen to it like 3 times, like 10 times in my car. I just listen to it. I listen to it over. I'm like, yo, you can still spit. And
Mike still got it. Mike never let it go.
Mike will always have it. And a little bit nutty, Mikey.
You want me to end it off?
I want you to end it off with something. And first of all, I need you to tag your social media links so people know how to find you, because we want people to listen to find your stuff.
I am the real _Mikey D.
That's right.
On everything.
That's right.
Well, not on everything. I'm not on Facebook.
Okay.
But I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm on definitely Instagram.
Okay.
YouTube. I got a little channel, a couple of things up there. I haven't mastered it yet. But yeah, the real _Mikey D.
Check them out.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. This is one of the dopest, and we podcasting, phones is going on.
Yo, it's
right?
real.
You know what I'm saying?
It's real, baby.
Yeah, and this is one of the dopest MCs ever. I dare you to disagree. I don't give a damn where you from.
Right.
I'm from Queens, and this is Mikey D in the flesh,
Mikey
and
D.
he's the dopest.
Good looking.
I don't give a damn. I don't care where you from and who's around you or whatever it is. You put them up against the light-skinned hazel eyes,
legendary Mikey,
legendary 360 waves spinning.
I'm the tan Superman, baby.
He's so sick. Yeah. Yo, and we gonna end it off with Mikey kicking something. Let's go.
Yo, let's take a trip back in time. Before I had a dime, I was steady writing rhymes. Biting was a crime. Shakespeare of the ghetto. Stage, Montebello. If the DJ wasn't cutting, I was rocking acapella. Stayed fly, stayed high. All the ladies waved high. Had to have a 40 ounce. Couldn't let a day by. Fuck a text, give me a book and a pen, cause back then I was leaving niggas shook. Woo! And I played for fun. Yeah, I had a lot of dreams, but getting paid wasn't one. Real recognized real Johnny Quest on the wheels. He ain't blending what's trending, and I spit what I feel. Act like you know who I am. You can Google Mikey D. I'm on Twitter and the gram. Cause Facebooking ain't my thing. Yeah, I come from out of Queens, but you looking at a king. And I'm far from a rookie. From the haves and have-nots to empire with the cookie. Certified OG. People notice me now. I'm old school. A kitchen phone with the rotary dial. Had to pray because me and God ain't spoken a while. Geico and Progressive got a quote for me now. And these cats is ass backwards. And that's what keeps me in a different tax bracket. I'm multitasking while you popping multi-aspirins. Gotta watch the culture vultures, and I'm dropping salty has-beens. Cause they cry like a newborn and stay hating. What type of shit is you on? Too much for one. I gotta take a few on. Flow so tight, I gotta write with a shoehorn. I spit all that shit you spit, cause even if I dumb it down, my nigga, this is what you get, baby. Conversations with Malik.
Yo, listen, Mikey D, I'm hyped right now. I'm ready to bump rush somebody. Boom back style in the gym.
Posse, baby.
Yo, listen, Queens
bash,
flavor,
baby.
man. Remember, Conversation with Malik featuring Jeff Jones, Mikey D, and we end it how we usually do. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.
Peace.
Oh my God.